Hi guys. I wanted to take a minute to show you how to create buttons on the bottom of your web page within Canvas. So here we go. So the first thing you do is create yourself a folder in your drive or wherever on your device so that you can have these buttons to import into your Canvas. So this is how I did it with Google Drive and using Google Drawings. In your drive, you click New, go down to Drawings, and then click Create. And your blank document will open up. Rename it Canvas Buttons. And then you're going to click on the shape icon or click Insert and choose the shape you want for your button. It doesn't matter what shape. I'm using this rectangle with rounded edges. The default color is blue. I'm going to change that later, but you can just double click in the center and type the text that you want on the button. And I'm going to resize it to 100. And I'm going to center it vertically and horizontally. And you can change the font if you want to, but I'm just leaving the default. In the fill tool or the bucket tool, you can change the background color and also the color of the text you can change. I also like to add a drop shadow to the buttons. It just makes it look more three-dimensional. So you click on the button itself and then the format options menu opens up. And really, it's just a matter of choice here, how far you want the shadow behind your button. The blur radius, this is just fun for me to play. I just love doing this. And you can also, in that little circle button, you can change the color of the button that you want. So once you have the format options and everything set, then all the buttons will match. As you finish each button, save it as a PNG image and then use the same template for a different button. Just change the text. It's all formatted for you. So you just download each individual button as a PNG. You can just also change the background of each button to a different color by clicking on the bucket or the fill tool. And that way the format's the same, but the color of the button is different. It all depends on what your preference is. Now I'm going to proceed with a page that I've already created. I click on Pages on the left-hand menu. And this is a very boring page. So I want to edit and add a banner and then the navigation buttons that we just created. So I click on Edit on the top right. And the first thing I want to do is insert the banner at the top that is a welcoming image for my students. So I click on the picture, upload picture, and I have my picture that I've saved right here on my computer. I click Open, Welcome Web Developers, and I click Submit. So now I know it's in there because of that bright yellow box that popped up, and now it looks a little bit better, a little more welcoming. Here's my text. I have a lot of text, but I also want to do my navigation buttons, and I think I'm going to put them underneath my introduction paragraph. So I have clicked under all the text that I just copied and pasted in there from my other resource, and I'm going to insert a chart, and I want to have 4 buttons. So I'm choosing 4 buttons in my table. The reason why it's good to have a table and insert your images in a table is that no matter how big the screen is, the images will stay together. And it's kind of an old school way of keeping your images lined up. Now it's fairly easy to insert the buttons onto your web page. You click Edit, and we have our little table down here, and I want to insert inside that table. Inserting the image, you click on the little image icon up here, Upload Picture, and we're going to find the buttons that we created earlier. Here's our discussion button. And always put an alternative text, because screen readers for students with visual impairments will read the alternative text. So that they'll know what to click to find the discussion as well. So then it added my button right there. Here's the second one. Okay, when you've got your buttons inserted, then click Save, and that's what it looks like so far. To take the lines off the table that you just inserted, go to the Table Properties tab, and then change the border width to 0. Just take that out and click Save. And that takes the line away from your table. Just to let you know, when the images that we put in, when we edited them, they were extra large. Mouse over the image and choose Image Options, because that's too big. So when you do Image Options, you want your image to be 200 by 150 pixels, or the small size. And that way it'll look better when you edit. It'll still look fine in your web page, but it just is extra jumbo and is difficult to handle otherwise. All right, so now we just need to link our pretty little pictures that we have here, and then do one external link. So click on Edit, and then we're just going to mouse over this picture and click one time, and it'll say Image Options, and that's how we resize that button. But what we want to do is we want to go over here where the chain link is, click on the link, and click on Course Links. And we're going to look for discussions, because I want that to go to discussions. And there it is. If I've created a discussion, it'll show up here when I click on the down triangle. So I click on Check-in, and you notice how that yellow box just kind of layered over there. And now we have link options, we have remove link, or image options. So this is still there, but it's added the link options. So now I want to add a module link. I'm going to remove it because I practiced a little bit. So here are my modules. I've got my module 1, and there it is. So now that's linked, and I put files here, but the discussions and modules are the ones that I really want them, maybe contact, how to contact me, something like that. But whatever buttons you want to put on there, you just go ahead and do that, and then click save when you finished. And now when your students click on discussions here, it has the discussion, and they can respond to the question that I have that very first check-in on that first week. Okay, one final tip on adding a link to something external to your course. You click on edit. I'm going to hide that. Okay, so now here is the external link that leads to a website that I want my students to go to. I'm going to highlight this text, and I'm going to cut that, and instead of having the text, I want to have a picture, which will give my students the idea of the website that I want them to go to. There it is. And attributes is going to be link to external site. Submit. Okay, look at that, giant. I don't want it to be giant, so remember I can go to image options and small. Let's see what that does. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so now here is my image. I go over here, instead of course links, I'm going to click external links, and I'm going to paste the link that I just cut from before. So now that link is right there, and I can remove it or change it, or also make the image a little bit bigger. I can go a little bit bigger like that. You can also click on the corners of your image to adjust a little bit. But that's what I want to do there. So my students can go to the reference on the website, or they can, within our course, they can go to those links. So I save that. And there we have it. Okay, my friends, now the last quick thing that I want to share with you is how to look at your Canvas homepage the way your students would see it, so that you can see what they're actually seeing. And this is a fun way to be able to experience what they're seeing and help you understand what they see. So I'm looking over here on the left, and if you'll notice, there are some things that have the eyeball with the slash through, so that means they're not visible. Not visible, not visible, either because I have not created them yet, or they're set to not be seen right now. So having done all this work on my website, I want to see what the kids are looking at. So I go over here to see student view. When you click on that, you'll see this pink border that pops up all around, and that's how you know you're seeing what the students see. And now all those little icons with the eyeball are gone, and this is the only thing they can see. They can see the banner we put on. They can see our little bit of text. They can see the resource website, and when I click on that, that goes to the website I want it to. That's good. It's always good to test. And now here's discussions. Here's the first discussion that I want them to see. And I go back. Modules. There's module 1. That looks good. And then files and contact. Contact me as contact the teacher. So I hope this is helpful to you. This is how students see it. Then to get back into what your view is, you click on the right-hand button over here, Close Student View. And that's how to do the banner and web buttons. The banner is the same way, except you just use a larger picture. I hope this is helpful to you. Please let me know and make suggestions if you'd like to see something else. And I'll be happy to make a quick video for you. Bye.